All right, it is Monday's edition of Daily Bread coming at you live right at 2:10 on the East Coast, right for that perfect lunch break time for all you guys out and ladies out on the West Coast because you're tapping into the number one spot to make sure each Monday when that bookie, Venmo, or Cash App request, you get the payment instead of a request coming in because that's what Daily Bread does. As usual, the show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking out that at the bottom for everything you need to know coming up for March Madness and for conference tourney week, plus soccer, NHL, everything you need under the sun. We are live on YouTube at Daily Bread Media, the number one spot to be if you want to be tapped in early, like Joseph, Trayvon, and our main man, Jer. That's the best spot to be. Drop out your plays, your best bets for today.
Ooh.
We're also live on Twitter. Like, retweet. We still can't show the stuff, but we'll always shout you out there. We got Rory back in with us. We got our main man, Casual, Jer, Akbar, Sosa. We don't have to talk about what happened on Saturday night with the Sixers, the scheduled loss. Always tough to stomach. But tonight's a new night, so yesterday in the NBA, what you see?
What did I see? Jason Tatum's a bad man. Much as I don't like talking about the Celtics, but he's really starting to really roll into being himself. Just being a superstar, gotten better defensively. I mean, he just there. I don't like saying a bunch of stuff good about him, but it is what it is. He's turning into a guy who I think should be mentioned in MVP conversation. But the thing is that he'll never get mentioned. Why? Because he came in the league doing it at such a young age um, that I don't think people really appreciate how good he is. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like he came in the league straight off the porch, getting straight to getting 25 every night. You know, he's only 24 and he's 5-6 years in, and he's been in the conference finals twice. No one really cares. So, yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir. It's windy as shit out today, so if you hear that, just let me know. I'll try to fix that. But
I'm trying to think what else happened over the weekend or yesterday. Jokic is a bad man. I never have a problem giving him his props. Last night, what he did was absolutely ridiculous, my friend. Holy moly, ridiculous, just ridiculous. Um,
not great for our pals.
no, but it happens. It happens. The NBA refs are fucking terrible. If you were watching the game, the refs down the stretch of the last couple minutes of the game they were awful, absolutely awful. So,
Yeah, college hoops is basically today's the calm before the storm. You have the SoCon championship with Chattanooga. Probably definitely going to be a game that we're hitting on today. So you have a bunch going on. The fun starts tomorrow. The ACC and some lines for tomorrow's games have already dropped. If your book has them open, like Georgia Tech and Louisville's a pick 'em for the opening round. That's a 7 p.m. tip tomorrow. So there's only 18 games total to talk about on this Monday bread. Scares me. Feels like a baseball episode back in the day.
baseball season was amazing. It was amazing. Baseball season was absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, I'm ready. Like I said, I'm ready for college, man. I'm ready for March Madness. Took it slow all season. March Madness a lot easier, in my opinion, if you know what the fuck you're doing. Just my personal, just my personal take on that.
Wow. Just calling them out real quick from the jump.
Yeah. I mean,
Saying there's a bunch of people out there not knowing what they're doing.
absolutely. And they're fucking idiots, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The game is the game. We're here. Do we miss the? Yes, I do. I do. I'm okay. That's subjective because baseball wouldn't have started anyway. Like baseball season is still like about a month out still, right?
You can bet
Um,
on college baseball if you really missed the MLB.
yeah, I wouldn't say I missed it. It's just like the opportunities of 14, 15 games every night and having those ginormous slates nightly gives you a little bit of an edge as far as picking spots, but it's also a super long season where you can lose all your fucking money. So
It's just the dog days of when it's only MLB and a few select soccer matches. That's why I don't miss it, because that's the worst gambling time of the year, in my opinion. No summer
I
soccer
agree.
tournament with the World Cup being all the way out in December this summer. I'm just enjoying this. Is probably my favorite week because tomorrow it happens. All the fun. Let's get into today's college hoop slate. Best way to get it started. Then we'll go into the NBA. Make sure to give the episode a like on Twitter and a like on YouTube. Definitely helps us out to get there further. We already got 50 plus people tapping in with us. We can just start it off with the big one, Sosa. Let's not even tease them. Gonzaga, San Francisco.
Um, I mean, last time we saw Gonzaga play was 2 weeks ago. They lost against St. Mary's. I expect a sharp, locked in NBA caliber, professional caliber player team to show up tonight. I like Gonzaga to roll. Whether you got it at 13, 14, 14 and a half, whatever it is, I think they come out and I think Gonzaga rolls tonight. I don't really think it's that. I think it's a preconceived situation here. I mean, people could say maybe San Francisco was tough in the regular season. I don't know, not so much. I just can't see. I can't see Gonzaga coming out here and not just laying it on them. That's all I can foresee. You give
I was
Mark
about
Few
to
two
say,
weeks.
go ahead.
You give Mark Few 2 weeks. To motivate a team that had no business losing any games in conference. Yeah, I think they come out here and roll tonight.
Yeah, from a perspective of Gonzaga, or for Gonzaga's, you just have to think they come out slow. That's really the only way you can justify this, because the Dons, huge fan of them the whole season. They looked great, except for 2 games. I mean, you can argue other ones as well, but it's the 2 that they play Gonzaga. The only credit that I guess we have to give them, Gonzaga 2 times in conference play was held under 80 points. One was against, 2 were against St. Mary's, and 1 was against the Dons. So they got them once, but they pushed and covered the spread in the other 2 times here. We got Jer liking the over.
Plug.
I don't know if I'm going to be fading my Dons. It's kind of more of the Gonzaga first half -8. Anytime you get it under double digits, I can never talk you off that angle. I just think their team total at 84, their first half at 40.5. I just think any way you like the over, to what Jer was saying, this just sails, because San Francisco isn't going to, even though their defense is good, it's not any quality to keep Gonzaga under the 70-point marker here.
Right. When they Plug was asking Zag's first half 7.5. I like it. Just like you said, when you get Gonzaga first half, or anything under 10, man, you just, especially
In conference play, it's under 10, and conference play is the 2 key factors for that.
Absolutely. And yeah, I couldn't talk you off it, but the play for me is Gonzaga minus the 14, minus 110. I just, you can't talk me off it, man. I think full game, this team they can't run with Gonzaga for 40 minutes. Gonzaga would literally have to just miss shot. They would have to. No,
it would be they would lose 90-88. That would be the only way San Francisco wins this game.
Absolutely, and then they don't have the horses to be doing that.
That does not set up well for that team to do that, where you want to go toe for toe with it. I mean, I guess Alabama technically did it this year in Alabama. I mean, I guess if the Dons played Alabama, I kind of make it closer to a toss-up, so maybe they could potentially do it, but I'm not trying to put my money behind it. If you like the Dons, just take the over. Just
like with Alabama, though, Alabama they made everything. They made everything when they played against them. So, yeah, that's basically all the reservations I have for this one. What's the next game we're getting into?
Next one's easy, simple. People love to talk about the narrative. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. It's just completely false in college basketball. Go back, look at the numbers. It's just untrue. Let me see. I actually have the stats here.
Like the biggest lie ever told. It's so difficult to beat a team 3 times.
Since 2010, 989 and 407 straight up. That's a 71 win percentage. So if you won the first two, not looking great.
Right. He's like the ultimate lie that they tell all the time.
So one spot that this does set up for it, hate the money line. It's sitting at minus 145. But if you want to pay a little bit of juice, I wouldn't mind. I got a -2, minus 110 on the Mocs of Chattanooga to beat Furman. It's as simple as that. They've beat them twice already this year. Conference finals. If you watched the games yesterday, Furman had a great second half comeback against Samford and still kind of tried to blow that game. Chattanooga rolled from start to finish. Sure, Chattanooga maybe had an easier opponent against Wofford here. I just believe in Chattanooga's defense. I'm backing the team with the better defense here when both of them rely on extremely slow paces. And Furman's Achilles heel is their 2-point defense. They rank 282 out of 358. Chattanooga has a top 52-point offense. Mocs -2, minus 110. If you have to play the 2.5, that's fine. If you want to risk one unit on a minus 145 instead of laying points, that's fine. I'm playing the -2 because I don't like my juice.
Yeah,
I love apple juice though.
I wouldn't do the the minus 145 is no.
It's not a no. It's you just risk one unit on it. I mean, you're just
I
getting
like
a less payback, same risk.
I like Chattanooga as well. I mean, they looked really good. Obviously, you said Wofford; they're a bit of a weak opponent, but the way they disposed of them, in my opinion, was I like the way they handled business against them.
Well, it's wild to say that Wofford's weaker than Samford because that's where I was just saying. Like, I think Samford was a tougher opponent. So if the Mocs would have played them, maybe we could have read it differently here. But Furman relies on that 3 too much, and I'm just going to back the better team with the better defense. That's won twice. Call it square, call it whatever. It's going to cash.
Let's go.
All right, we got a question from Rory. Charleston versus UNCW.
You got that one.
Let's see. What's the current line sitting here? We got basically a pick 'em. Charleston's a small favorite. Over under 148 in the semis of the Colonial. No feel. I don't even want to try to bullshit it. I got nothing on this one.
Nope, not me. The only other play I have in college, I like Cleveland State money line -104 against Wright State. I believe they're the better team. I believe that I don't think the line should be that close. I think they should really just dispose of them rather easily. We're gonna go Cleveland State money line -104.
Horizon.
They're the better team. I don't think the line should be this close. I like Cleveland State going away tonight.
All right. Funny that you say that, Sosa. I thought about playing Northern Kentucky in the Horizon. That was close to be my second play. So if you need your official lean, you can go with that one there. So I have to say, Georgia State, that team is playing ULL. That's just nothing I want to do with. We're just going to keep it simple with one play. I know we were talking about maybe going with Santa Clara, but I just don't want to get involved in a St. Mary's game tonight.
Nobody's scared? Nobody, nobody's scared of Santa Clara? You're scared of Santa Clara? You don't think it's like set up for the Gales to see the Bulldogs at the end?
No, they're definitely going to see each other. It's going to be the rematch of that. We already know that. I just don't. For some reason, I just think St. Mary's pulls out a gross one here against Santa Clara.
I listen. That's why we're not betting it, right? Like because I could give you a million reasons to pick either team in this situation. Neutral core. Well, it's a
10-game slate. That's where I'm just saying I think there's more action and better action out there tonight. Definitely in the NBA. Save the bankroll like South Dakota State. You're laying 9. Don't want to do that. Towson, Delaware. Towson's one player's questionable, so that could swing who we like in that one with another big spread. And then Oral Roberts, North Dakota State, another pure toss-up. I just think North Dakota State could be the angle because no one likes them. I kind of like them, but we'll just stick with Chattanooga -2, -110. Let's get into the NBA.
Yes, sir. And we're just going to get straight to it. Bulls versus 76ers. Um, Bulls 1-12 against teams with a 60% or higher winning percentage, um, meaning they're just bad against teams that are good. Sixers coming off a L against Miami, where basically a maintenance day for James Harden. And then Miami played zone 90% of the game in 2022. Absolutely insane. Um, in this one, we're going to go straight to what's been making us money every single game that James Harden's played. That's the 76ers team total. They've got the number up to 120.5. I'm not scared of it. Obviously, they've cleared the number every single game he's played. He initiates play at a different level. You can play at a different pace. He's getting everybody wide open shots. There's no question in my mind as to what James Harden will do tonight, and that will be dominate the game like he always does. I also am rolling with
This is the first Sixers game this season where the total is higher than 230 at home. It finally took the books long enough. That's kind of where the Sixers defense has always kept the totals below that threshold. That's kind of like your high threshold mark if you're not into where the over unders are usually listed. It was kind of shocking, in my opinion.
It's surprising it took so long, but I guess
Because in games this season where we're at home and the total's at 220 or higher, they're 1-5 to the under. But it's now with Harden, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's absolutely impossible. I like a couple plays in this game tonight. We're gonna go with something that that I promise you by the end of the year, this bet's gonna be making us a lot of money, and it's gonna be Tobias Harris over 1.5 3-pointer made at plus 140. Tonight, Tobias Harris gets his head out of his ass. Tonight, Tobias Harris gets his head out of his ass. These are all half unit bets. We're going to go with Tobias Harris over 1.5 3 at plus 140. And we're going to go Tobias Harris 3+3s at plus 480. And we're also going to go with one Mr. Tyrese Maxey 3+3s at plus 205. You have to bet it with James in the lineup. I broke down everything in regards to James Harden being the point guard of your basketball team. One thing you are going to get is an exorbitant number of catch and shoot opportunities because that is what he does. He gets you wide open shots in your shot pocket to let it fly. The problem with Tobias Harris in the first few games is that he wants to continuously fucking dribble the ball. You saw him do it, and what's really frustrating is this is elementary basketball education. How the fuck do you beat a zone? You shoot over top of it. He just continuously tried to dribble into a zone against Miami, which just made him look like a fucking idiot.
It was the game against the Cavs where his first two shots, he didn't dribble. He shot at the three right away, and they both just rattled out. They're clean shots, and that just kind of got his head up. He didn't see the first two go in just where he caught and shoot, so he started dribbling again. He just needs to get that first one down for his confidence, and I think tonight could be the night where it is. He just needs to get the one off the catch and the shoot and get a second one to build that rhythm, and then he's golden.
Just let it fly, bro. Just let it fly. Yeah, just do what you've been doing your entire life. Just shoot the fucking ball. Like it's like
if Niang sustains this, that's going to be wild. I think he's just thriving off the system right now, but it could be tough to see how he's going to regress. He's getting like 5 attempts a game.
Also, yeah, Thible's points. I mean, I wouldn't talk you off at 5.5, 6.5, whatever it is. It's definitely worth it. He's gotten a couple of transition buckets, and then also he's got the ability to make 2-3 steals to where he just gets out of transition and gets you a couple of layups or a dunk.
What's our next game, or did you rattle them all off?
Those are all the plays that I like in the Sixer game. Like I said, Tobias, Maxey, both to hit 3 threes. Tyrese is at plus 205. Tobias at plus 480, and also Tobias over 1.5 threes is plus 140, and the team total over 120.5 at minus 105. All the props are half unit plays because they're huge, they're big plus money plays, and the team total at 120.5 minus 105 is a full unit play. I have one more ticket that I'm taking, and that's on Cade Cunningham 3+3s playing against Atlanta. They have midget guards who can't stay in front of anyone. Cade is putting up 7 a game. I'm gonna take my chances with him getting 3 against that backcourt.
Yeah,
Um,
man. You know, this is one of my favorite angles is to target the point guard and the shooting guard that Atlanta's playing both. Detroit, I'm just like, do I really want to go back to the well tonight, or is it just one to keep it on rest because you never know with how close or how quickly they can blow out? Because Corey Joseph, he's sitting at 7.5 points. I don't really feel like sweating him whatsoever tonight. So that's just kind of where with the other people in the market, there's not many Detroit guards listed.
Yep. But like I said, we all know matchups make fights, and we've seen a consistent number of people. Well, I mean, he is a midget guard, bro. He can't stay in front of anyone. Like Trey Young can't guard a soul. Get you 50 though. Get you 50. I ain't gonna lie. Get you 50. And he gets you 10 assists with the 50. He a different cat. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely a different type. Um,
Yeah, I was about to say we have a bunch of huge spreads with Houston at Miami, Portland at Minnesota. I doubt you have anything in that one because I was about to say we can wrap up
in
the
the minute
show
in
by rattling
Minnesota,
through the last 4 games.
the only thing I would play, I would lean is their team total. I think it's at like 125.5 though. So it's more of a lean there. Because Portland's ass. But so you could end up being a blowout where they win like 118-85, and we all get fucked. So
Yep, so we can do some quick hits on the late 4 games of the night since both of them have closer spreads. Might not be the best matchup quality, especially with the Lakers at San Antonio here. The Spurs -2 just seems too easy. We just can't do it. But
I'm not wanting no action.
nope.
I like the Mavericks tonight for some reason. I really do like the Mavericks. Not I haven't quite bet it yet, but the Golden State game, you can't really do anything. You don't know. Golden State didn't take half the players to Denver. Yeah, I like LeBron's points. That's not a bad look. San Antonio's putrid defensively. They play at a high pace. They give it up like no other. Luka 30 and a win. Yeah, I like it. Uh, I like Deion. I like what's my man? De'Aaron Fox. I like
There
De'Aaron
we
Fox
go.
against I like De'Aaron Fox against the Knicks. His points and assists combined has been smacking. He's
Yeah, the Jazz are just completely trying to get off of this road trip as well. That's the biggest thing with them.
yeah, definitely like the Mavs tonight.
I
Won
do
the back
not
to
like
back.
the Knicks tonight, even though they somehow pulled out a win against the Clips last night in easy fashion.
Yep.
Do we
Man,
really want to lay it though?
what is it? The 3.5 with the Kings. I'm thinking about it too. I sell it myself, and I'm like really like I want to just because like you just named every reason why, but then Sacramento will come out and not fucking do anything like this.
Sacramento, Sacramento.
Yeah, you can't. It was really funny because they were talking about there's like this tweet that they dropped, and it was the record and win percentage before Halliburton got traded, and then they had the record and win percentage, and it was like it's been the exact same win percentage since like for with and without him. It's fucking hilarious. What a terrible organization, man. I like the city of Sacramento. It's a very nice place. It's just ownership and Vlade Divac, complete fucking idiots. Hasn't changed since last night. Been solid there. Yeah, Akbar. I can't. Like I said, if you're betting, if you're looking to bet, if you're looking to bet the Kings, I couldn't talk you off it, especially with the Knicks on a back to back. We were all waiting for them to blow that 20-point lead last night. Don't lie. Every single person was just waiting for them to blow it, and yeah, they somehow figured it out. No soccer today, right? Any
Everton
hockey?
plays Tottenham.
Any hockey for the people?
Didn't really get to look at the hockey slate. Like I said, today's kind of the calm before the storm where I go nuts tomorrow because tomorrow we have way too many games with the college hoops action, NBA slate. I mean, there's 8 games. Maybe I can find one later in the day. But as of right now, it just seems I just like Chattanooga that much today. I'm just fine with rocking with them. One play Monday, keep it clean, simple. Going tomorrow crazy because the rest of the week is where the money will be made.
Yes, sir.
18 games, when that's this small, I don't like it because the books have enough time. They're too sharp.
Yes, sir. Best of luck if you're
Did you
betting
watch Winning Time?
the NBA. What was that?
Did you watch Winning Time?
I did not, man.
Do you even like the NBA?
I you know what it is, man? It's the hairline that they gave Magic Johnson. That's what's turned me off from trying to watch it. Like his shit is fucked up, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Why they do Magic like that? Magic had a solid hairline even in college. They got him in the movie looking like fucking JJ from Good Times. Shit is fucked up, man. Who the
Give it
fuck is
one
casting
episode.
these guys?
It's worth it.
Who the fuck is casting these guys? What the hell, man?
Give it an episode. It's worth it.
Like we didn't know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a milkman.
Until tomorrow. We'll catch you all later.